recently, no contact was broken. So let's get into it, shall we? First, when I saw this person call me on FaceTime, which we used to talk on FaceTime all the time. However, that was when it was very early on. And once things were getting confusing and mixed signally, that was something that I was no longer interested in doing. So I'm wondering why this person is trying to FaceTime me. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself one more opportunity to just hear this person out because, again, I've said everything that I need to say. So apparently he has something that he wants to say. And that was my mindset around reopening the line of communication. So fast forward, this person called me. I gave myself a couple of days to process any things that were coming up for me. Once I thought about the pros and cons, I called back. I just did a regular phone call. And when we finally talked, he was just checking in. And so also prior to that, he was sending text messages. Now, normally, anytime I get a text from him, I delete it because I don't want to give myself another opportunity to be confused. So I do usually delete the messages straight away. But sometimes, if you have your phone open, you can get a little preview. And I saw in the preview, it said something about, I miss you, something. And I just deleted it. And I think he sent a few more texts after that. Yeah, so I was like, what's up? Like, what's going on? What do you want to talk about? And he was like, oh, I was just thinking about you. And, I wanted to see how you were doing. And he talked a little bit about how he was doing. Because I was like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And he shared something that was a win for him, which I wasn't surprised. So I don't know if he was telling me expecting a specific reaction or I don't know. But I was like, oh, that's great. And I was like, is there anything specific that you wanted to talk about? Because in my mind, I felt like you're reaching out to me now because you have more clarity or insight about the way that things happen between us, and you just want to share your perspective, or maybe you want to apologize, or you have something significant to say, right? That was my initial thought. And he was like, no, I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing, which the last time I talked to him, however long it's been, I told him, I was like, I'm not interested in checking in with you. So moving forward, I just wish you well. Like, that's it. And it's nothing, there's no hate, no hard feelings, no beef, no none of that. I just don't see any reason for us to continue with a connection of any kind. So it really threw me off. My experience with him was my experience with him, and there's nothing left to revisit. My only reason for returning his call was to hear what he had to say. When I was in a connection with this person, I felt like I was talking to a wall when it came to me expressing my feelings, the things that were hurting me, that were bothering me, that I wanted to change. It's like he didn't even care. So I don't know. I was just expecting that he had some new revelation about the past and just wanted to clear the air because I don't feel like we ended on a good note. And we didn't end things on a good note. So I won't say I regret it because there's nothing that changed me or derailed all the progress that I've made over these years. But I'm in a period of transformation in my life, a huge period of transformation. And I wanted to make sure that I myself had no reason to look back, like no feelings of look back. And the fact that I had the slightest feeling of, let me just hear this person out. Because maybe this is an opportunity for us to move forward with a deeper level of healing. So my overall message is stay gone, meaning disconnect yourself from that person that they need to stay gone. Because when he disappeared, and I don't even know, just got tired of communicating. Did say over the phone, I miss you. And I said, well, what do you miss? And to me, that alone showed progress, because before, naturally, your response to somebody you care about is, I miss you too. But my response was, you miss what? And he said something along the lines of, you brought a lot of peace to my life. But I'm pretty sure the other people that you were giving your attention to also gave you some level of peace. So I didn't understand why he felt the need to communicate that, but not address the things that caused the problems in the first place. I don't have the capacity to do that anymore. So immediately I was like, it's late. I'm going to get some rest. You have a good night. And that was that. We haven't talked since then. He hasn't reached out to me since then. I guess I could have, when I had the opportunity to, asked more questions. But I felt like I've already done that so many times that it's probably true too that nothing he would have said would have given me more peace around the things that happened. So even after we had that conversation, I didn't have much thought around it. There was no charge around it. It was like, okay, I mean, that's typical from what I have already experienced with this person, so why would I expect anything less? Everybody is on a different journey, and I don't recommend anyone doing that who still feels fresh in the hurt or pain that they experience being in a connection with someone where the energy that they were putting out was not coming back. But I'm very much now in a place where nothing affects me much. Probably one of the biggest lessons that I learned from him is that you shouldn't be attached to anyone so much so that it dictates how you feel or decisions that you make. Trust people's behavior and not what they're saying. Nothing that I do is charged by this person and hoping that they see something or change or confess. It's about me. I don't even consider this person when it comes to any of the things that I'm doing now, because they didn't consider me for such a long time. And unfortunately, it took that happening for me to get to this place over and over and over and over and over again. But I'm honestly so grateful that things played out the way that they did, because I know that I deserve better. And I've changed so much since I was in a connection with this person. It's part of the reason why I have a song called Say Gone. It comes from the heart.